Hi, my name is Olatunde. It's good to have you back. In our previous lecture, we talked about how to identify prime numbers and prime factors. We also learned how to write numbers as a product of their prime factors using the index form. We also learned how to identify and find the least common multiples of two or more numbers, and also how to identify and find the highest common factors of two or more numbers. However, in this lecture, we're going to talk about estimation. You're going to learn what estimation is all about. You're also going to learn how to estimate dimensions and distances in mathematics, and also using examples related to your school. We're also going to learn how to estimate mass and capacity of objects. And then we're going to solve little problems on estimation. Join me as we begin the lecture. What is estimation? Estimation is the ability to make reasonable judgments about objects, dimensions, and other details as well. Estimation also means you need to guess as close as possible to the correct answer. Estimation is an essential part of mathematics because it is very useful in daily life. Every day of our lives, we make estimation involving money, involving the length of time, involving distances, and also involving weight as well. Take for example, in the news, you may hear that the flood rendered about 3,000 people homeless. It is true, that number may not be the exact number of people that have been displaced by flood, but by giving you that figure 3,000, you have an idea as to how big the number of people were. Another example where you can hear about estimation is that you could also hear that the food importation to Nigeria has risen to about 5 billion. It is impossible to exactly and accurately predict the quantity of food that is being imported to Nigeria. However, with the estimated figure of 5 billion, you have a grasp or an understanding of how huge our importation is. Also, I could say the rain will stop in 15 minutes. I cannot exactly tell as to when the rain will stop, but by telling you that the rain will stop in 15 minutes, I'm giving you an estimate of how soon or how far the rain is still going to fall. I can as well say that there are about 6,000 people in this hotel. It is true, I may not know exactly the quantity of people in the hotel, but by giving you that estimate, you know as to how many people are in the house. Now, it is very important for you to be able to estimate swiftly and accurately. Why? Because when you estimate swiftly and accurately, it can help to avert costly error. Take for example in a building construction. If the engineer does not estimate as close as possible to the accurate quantity of cement that is required to build the building, there are chances that the building could collapse. So you see how important it is for someone to make good estimation. Estimation is also very important because it can accurately tell us how close we are to the reasonableness of a calculation. Take for example, if I estimate that a rice cooked on fire will get done in 6 hours, I'm sure you would say that is a very wrong estimation. But if I say rice will get done in 30 to 45 minutes, yes, that is a reasonable estimation because we know that within the range of 30 to 45 minutes, it is expected that rice ought to be properly cooked. Let us now discuss estimating and measuring length. Length is also called distances. The unit for measuring length is millimeter, centimeter, meters, and kilometer. Longer distances are measured in meter and kilometer, while shorter distances or length are measured in millimeter and centimeter. Now let us use a typical example of your school. What is the length of a table? You would agree with me that the length of a table should reasonably be measured in centimeters or millimeters. What about the length of a football field? Should it be in meters or centimeters? No. The accurate estimation to use for the length of a football field would be in meters or possibly in kilometers. Usually when runners run a marathon, it's a long distance race, so the estimation cannot be given in millimeter or centimeter, but rather will be given in kilometer. Now let us take a brief look at the conversion between different lengths. 10 millimeters will give 1 centimeter. 10 centimeter will give 1 decimeter. 10 decimeter will give 1 meter. And 1000 meter will give 1 kilometer. Let us now move to the next, estimating and measuring mass and weight. Small masses are usually measured in gram. Bigger masses can be measured in kilogram. However, there are other smaller units of mass. We have the milligram, we have the centigram, we have the decigram. The conversion scale of gram is therefore given as 10 milligram make 1 centigram. 10 centigram make 1 decigram. 10 decigram make 1 gram. 1000 gram gives 1 kilogram, and 1000 kilogram make 1 ton. Now let us see and try to estimate the mass of some objects in school. The mass of an exercise book should reasonably be measured in gram. The mass of your colleague or your parents would usually be in kilogram. The mass of milk is given in grams. So you see that getting accurate estimation of mass is very important. The last section of this lecture is to estimate and measure capacity. What is capacity? Capacity can be described as the quantity of air or liquid that is contained in an object or a container. Capacity is usually measured in liter or centiliter. Other measuring scales for liter include deciliter, milliliter. The conversion scale of liter is given as 10 milliliter make 1 centiliter. 10 centiliter make 1 deciliter. 10 deciliter make 1 liter. 1000 liter make 1 kiloliter. Now let us see if we can estimate the capacity of certain liquids. A bottle of Coke is usually given as centiliter, 50 centiliter. How about a cup of water? A cup of water too can be in centiliter. What about a teaspoon of water? A teaspoon of water should reasonably be measured in milliliter. How about a swimming pool? The quantity of water in a swimming pool should reasonably be measured in liters. Now, try this at home. Why not go around your house and see if you can get the estimate of certain lengths of certain objects in your house. Check also if you can estimate the mass of those objects and see if you can as well measure the capacity of those objects. That will be all for this lecture. I hope to see you next time.